Hey, I'm Brian, and welcome to Vinyl.paints. In this video, I want to talk about catching lightning in a bottle.
I already got that.
You got what?
Lightning in a bottle.
Really? What's the idea?
No idea. I got actual lightning in a bottle.
No, Levi, that's just a phrase.
I got that, dog. Lightning in a bottle. Blip. Man, all it does is this. I got it.
Or maybe recreating lightning in a bottle. I think the idea of lightning in a bottle is something we think we understand. And I think that often we fool ourselves into thinking that we can recreate it in like a lab-like scenario. We can't. I think animation is full of all these attempts of recapturing those moments that just come up short. And I do recognize that there are certain elements that can help recreate lightning in a bottle, but there are no sure bets. In my head, Richard Williams and Hayao Miyazaki are two legends carved from the same stone. They are both certainly masters of their craft, both Academy Award winners, and Williams literally wrote the book on animation. His book, The Animator Survival Kit, is mandatory reading in most animation schools. But their careers didn't look the same. Two incredibly respected animators with Kubrick levels of detail and obsessions, but the careers went in staggeringly different directions. After partnering with Robert Zemeckis on Roger Rabbit, the door was open for Richard Williams. His follow-up, The Cobbler and the Thief, could have made him the West answer to Miyazaki. Interviews of people who worked with Williams constantly expressed his unwavering dedication to perfection, and he had no issue tossing away large portions of finished work. His pursuit of perfection, his unwillingness to compromise on quality, and his taskmaster-like persona all seem reminiscent of Miyazaki. But it didn't lead to the same career as Miyazaki, at least in regards to feature films. The Cobbler and the Thief, his next major project after Roger Rabbit, should have been a masterpiece of Western animation, a defined statement of ambition and greatness. But after missed deadlines and budget overtures, they took the film away from him, and he never got to finish the film he wanted. For Williams, he could not recapture that lightning in the bottle that was Roger Rabbit, and the career that could have been never materialized. But what does all this lightning in the bottle stuff have to do with today's painting of Last Ronin? One of my favorite paintings I've ever done is this Raphael that I painted in grayscale. It was a constant floor stopper at conventions, and at Niagara Comic Con, I decided to sell it. So I was going to paint another, but I just kept dragging my feet. I don't know why. I couldn't find the urge. Maybe I didn't want to take away from it. I'm always kind of hesitant to paint the same painting twice, especially one that turned out so well. Maybe I also felt that I couldn't repeat the same result, but for whatever reason, I decided to do something else. And this Last Ronin was that something else. I've done a few of these grayscale paintings now, and it's strange. As someone who is constantly looking for color and shopping for pigments, I actually find painting without color more fun. Maybe fun's not the right choice of words. Maybe relaxed or improvisational. I just find that I'm able to interpret more and add my own tones, shadings without all the worries of color. For this painting, I use Sumi ink and Toon Tones for the line art / inking phase. It usually takes a couple hours, and then I let it dry overnight. For the long-term fans of this channel, if you're wondering why I don't show the inking process as much anymore, it's because of AI. I'm joking, but kind of not. I'm a lot less relaxed when I ink. I hover over the page, I lean over, and for a good chunk of the time, you're just staring at a close-up of my hair. And then because I have the camera on autofocus, when I move my head out of the way and you can finally see the page, it's blurry, and then eventually it focuses, but then my head's back in. I honestly think like 1/10 of the footage I record is actually usable. And as I said, this is not a quick process. It takes a couple hours to do the inking. And that's just a lot of hard drive space wasted. And the price of hard drives are shooting through the roof. So it was one of those things where I decided it really wasn't worth the effort of recording it all the time. As you probably noticed, there are certain spots where I use the line art as a very determined guide. But in other areas where I feel like I have more room to play, I'll just kind of go with what feels right. This isn't something you could do if I was animating this and I had a bunch of paintings, but on a one-off cel painting like this, I can absolutely do that. I usually have quite a bit of things determined before I start a painting. But for this one, the only thing I knew for sure was that I wanted to reserve white for the eyes. I wanted that to be the brightest point, as well as I wanted to use red for the blood and the mask. But besides that, I didn't really think too much about it. But because I only wanted to use the white on the eyes, it meant that I was going to have to mix a lot of different grays and even light grays. Unfortunately, I think gray is one of those colors that isn't very well represented in vinyl paint. And that's a bit surprising when you think of Transformers and all these weapons that they would have had back in the day. You'd figure that there'd be a treasure trove of grays that are available. But in reality, there's only a few, and I'm not really a fan of them. I decided to use the Toon Tones ones because I like it slightly more than the Chroma Color, but it meant that I had to mix a lot of different shades in order to accomplish this piece. If you ever see a pause or a jump in the time lapse, it's pretty much a guarantee that I was mixing up some paint. And for this project, I spent a long time mixing. In fact, when I tried to roughly calculate, it was over an hour. One of the things I've covered in my other videos is how I do my backgrounds. It's mostly composited street photography that I've done. I wish I had time to paint the backgrounds, but it's difficult enough to find time to edit the videos and do the cel paintings. I just don't have the time to do every drawing or background because I have to make my background work with several paintings. But I am left with this feeling sometimes that they're more of a backdrop rather than a part of a painting. If anyone here collects cels, you know that sometimes you just get those like random backgrounds for your cel. It kind of sometimes feels like that. Let's hold off on that thought for a second. As you can see here, the back of the painting is nice and flat. Not a lot of texture, and it looks kind of cool. But the front looks absolutely amazing. In fact, it really makes me want to paint another turtle. Maybe the turtles were always meant to be in grayscale. And even though this exceeded my expectations and I'm really happy with it, I was just about to have my lightning in a bottle moment.
What bottle?
What bottle? The bottle with the lightning in it.
You still on that?
Yes. How does it work?
Cedric, I don't know. It's the classic lightning in the bottle guy.
Classic.
You just open it up.
It worked perfectly on this background. I'd love to say that I planned it, but I didn't. I didn't expect it. Originally, I planned on using the same background as Raphael. I just ran out and placed it on this painting, and it just worked out perfectly where his foot looked like he was on the bridge running across. Everything had gone right without me really trying to. And so this painting turned out way better than my expectations. It became kind of a lightning in a bottle. And when I took it to my first convention, it was gone instantly. I think as people, we often look at lightning in a bottle incorrectly. We often reserve it for blockbuster movies, games, sports, things that go beyond our own lives or abilities and border on fantasy. But I feel like we often overlook our own lightning in the bottle moments where we realize our own accomplishments. This painting probably won't shatter the world, but it made me stop and appreciate my own work. And to me, that's the best kind of lightning in a bottle. I hope you capture yours. Thanks for watching. I'm Brian, and this is Vinyl Paints.